All right. Good morning, everyone out on D Live and in the Steam community and elsewhere who might be watching from our promotional link. What's up,
Yes, morning.
Chaz?
Right, what's going on? Good things always happening in the blockchain world.
They are. We before we even started, we had 3 people waiting for us. So you guys for who are watching and waiting, thank you guys. It's awesome. Sean S. Porter, M Vitro V88, Makarova 12, and Celise, thank you for tuning in and for your upvotes. We really appreciate it.
Well, that's
Um,
really cool.
and this is Morning Coins with John and Chaz, episode 17.
Wow.
We're doing storage today.
Yes, we
How's it
are.
going, man?
Good. We have to do our disclaimer, though.
I know we do. We got to, before we do anything that has to do with crypto
Right.
trading, investing, or
For,
discussions, we got to do our
so, for
disclaimer.
those that are listening and not seeing, cryptocurrencies, futures, stocks, and options trading involves substantial risk of loss and are not suitable for every investor. The valuation of cryptocurrencies, futures, stocks, and options may fluctuate, and as a result, clients may lose more than their original investment. All investments discussed on this show are for informational purposes only and are not recommendations to buy or sell. Sound good?
You did that with energy today. I like it.
I tried to put some emotion into it.
And for those of you guys who are watching, if you want to tune in anytime, if you want to tune in and just make a remark or say something like that, just know that it's on a 30-second delay when you're seeing it. But you can call in by any of those dial-up numbers up there, or you can just go to zoom.us and enter that room ID 468-186-430 and come say hi to us. So we got
Yes.
a good show for you today. We got a lot of slides to get through and a cool project and some other stuff. I put in the title, Chaz, I put Kademlia, I think that's how you say it, Storj, which is spelled Storj, but it's pronounced storage, and Merkle
Yes.
Trees.
Yes, and I think you got the pronunciation of Cademelia. I don't know. I actually put a link in there for pronunciation of words because I've come under some scrutiny for my pronunciation in the past. So
At least you
hey,
don't call it Coinbit.
yeah, I might try that though. You know,
Might work.
like to get the action.
And for those of you who
So
are watching on D Live, and thank you to D Live 24 Hour for being a promotional and marketing partner. And thank you to D Live for providing a platform for us to broadcast our content, engage with our viewers, and turn this show into turn our idea for a show into a reality. SBI 9, thank you. El Viento, thank you. So with that, let's turn it over to you.
okay, so in the links, just to take a quick brief look, we put in, of course, Storj white paper, Storj website, um, a couple articles, Future of Decentralization, which I thought was a very thoughtful written article, which brought up the fact that, 51% attacks don't always have to be for monetary reasons. And that if the current governments in the world decided they didn't like it, they could mount, like China could mount a 51% attack just to undermine the blockchain.
Right,
And
right,
yeah,
right. They can
so,
do it for like a take my ball and go home reason
yes, yeah.
as well.
So I just thought I'd put that. Also, there is a article which is actually a transcript of on Medium of why Tezos went awry, and so I thought that was a good article too.
Okay.
Put some thought behind the scenes. It's not all about the technology, but it's about how people handle the technology.
Yep. And then for those of you guys watching and people who are checking out the recorded version, these links and this document, this actual slideshow document, is available to the public anywhere on the web, and it's always in the description on DLive and when we upload it to YouTube as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next slide is
Yep.
that thing again. But I just thought we
Kademlia.
put, yeah, I just thought I'll go to you for that. I'll defer to you. Uh, and just a little description of what that is, because the storage system, uh, storage blockchain platform works on this protocol,
Hmm.
and it's just distributed hash table. So when we get farther into it, we're going to see that there has to be a way, if you're going to put a piece of data out there, and as they put it, shard the data or divide it up into pieces, sort of like a BitTorrent type situation.
Right.
There has to be a way to track all this data and track the actual peers or the nodes that are on the system, so you can find the data again. And that's what this is about. So I just threw that in there in case somebody, and there's some links, of course. This is off of Wikipedia, nice little, and there's a lot more detail on Wikipedia about that. So
Yeah, and did it say if there are other platforms that are currently using this other
yes,
than?
there is.
Okay,
Yes,
so this is a recognized and known
yes, it's a recognized
platform or
protocol.
protocol. I got in trouble on our show, The Steaming Pile, last Tuesday.
What did you
We
do?
were talking about, let me think. Oh, we were talking about those bite ball things.
Yes,
And bite balls run on DAGs. And so I got so
yes,
excited. I'm like, hey, we did a show on DAGs. And as I was explaining it, instead of saying acyclic, I said acrylic. So you want to
okay.
talk about messing up words? Like everybody was like, are you an idiot?
you know, but I'll just say this: there's always somebody out there willing to jump on your error. Of course,
Sure.
you're a semi-celebrity here, right? Because you have a show, you have two shows and more coming, and so they can't wait to give you a little poke in the ribs and say, "Ha ha, you're not perfect." But you
Yeah.
know what? I think if we followed people around, we would find out that those people are not perfect either.
Oh, absolutely. And it was all in good fun. And I was probably harder on myself than I was or than anyone who really cared about it. But I think that goes to us saying no one is an expert here, and we're all on the forefront of the new trail that's being blazed, and so that's why we try to make everything available to you. We hope, and we don't really have a formal ask, but if there is a developer out there or someone out there that wants to come on and be a part of this show with us, we welcome that because we
Yeah,
talk
anyone
about a
who
lot of
can
stuff that I know we talk a lot about stuff that's out of my realm. You do a great job, even if you're hiding the stuff that you don't know. And but
perceptions of reality.
the point is to talk about projects that are out there and build the community and also have a good database on the blockchain on some of these projects. So with
Yeah,
that,
we're getting these things out there so people can investigate them. And you're right. If we can get somebody to come on that can really take this down to the nuts and bolts, that would be great.
yeah, it would be a welcome addition. All right, so the algorithm and the platform Kademlia runs our token or our coin of today. Is it a coin or is it a token? Do you know?
No,
Is it its
I'm.
own? Is it its own blockchain or is it run on someone
It
else's?
it's interesting. It runs on a blockchain, and I believe I read that it's like an Ethereum blockchain. Almost said it wrong again. But it's like a network layer on top of a network, on top of the blockchain. So they create a network, and that's what that next slide, the abstract says.
Yep.
It's a peer-to-peer cloud storage network implementing client-side encryption will allow users to transfer and share data without reliance on a third storage provider. The removal of central controls would mitigate most traditional data failures and outages, as well as significantly increase security, privacy, and data control. So what they're doing is they're putting this on a secured network on the blockchain, and of course the what we call that Kademlia creates a situation where they can secure this on the network and create just like a network within a network almost.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Narashi, thank you for your upvote. We appreciate that. So it it may or may not be built upon the Ethereum blockchain, or it is built on the Ethereum blockchain.
I didn't dig that deep
Okay,
into it, but
okay,
they talked about, ERC20 contracts and things like that.
gotcha.
Because there has to be an agreement between the what they call the farmer, the person who actually keeps the data, and the I forget what they call it. We'll look at it here in a minute.
Yeah,
So I got a graph,
gotcha. Yeah,
but
so
there has to be some.
these guys are doing cloud storage on the blockchain.
Yes,
So
but
tell
it's
us
not
about them.
centralized, so it makes it different. Are you losing me?
I am. I'm getting notification that my internet connection is unstable for the chat. I'll be interested for you guys watching if you're experiencing any delays, because if not, it might just be what we're using
Yeah,
to
I got that same
broadcast the
message, John.
conversation. Okay. So if you guys are watching,
I got the same message. So,
okay. Yeah, I'd say we'll
so the
just keep going.
storage, yeah, let's go forward with it. We can record it and replay it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Storage protocol enables peers on the network to negotiate contracts, transfer data, and verify integrity and availability of remote data. This is basically a cloud storage in a BitTorrent form that's on the blockchain.
Gotcha.
And so you're looking at a peer-to-peer network where you and I, which we're going to look at later, can be part of this project, have data, share our data and bandwidth with others on this network, and be able to have a cloud storage.
Okay.
And there is, later we'll see, the farmers get paid to do this.
Gotcha. All right. So it's pronounced storage.
Storage. Yeah, I got the pronunciation in there just for my own sake. It's faster because multiple machines are serving your file simultaneously. Cheaper. You are renting people's spare hard drive space instead of paying for a purpose-built data center. And the files are encrypted and shredded or broken to pieces.
Okay. What is shredded? Oh, okay, broken to pieces. So it's they can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's less likely that they can get all of it if they're trying to take it or steal it.
Right. Yeah, so if it's broken up in pieces, it's harder to access, and that's where the protocol comes in to identify nodes as well as data on the network. So storage pays you though for keeping data.
What?
Yes, they do. It's another one of these passive income things.
So you're probably already out there buying servers.
Yes, probably. I don't know if it'd be worthwhile to invest in it because I didn't actually do the calculations on how much you get paid for a gig of information, but it is worked out somewhere in their white paper. And so with that, they rent. So there's a way to make some income from this as well.
Okay.
With very little attention or given by the person who actually is storing it, the farmer.
Gotcha.
So the next slide shows us that, the fragmenting process or the sharding process. And how it works. And that's a pretty straightforward graph there.
Yeah, you have your file, it gets encrypted. Then it gets shared in 3 spots, and each of them is assigned their own hash, and it's sent out to the network. Not necessarily 3 spots, but they're just, they take it, and that's
it could be a lot more. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Once it's transmitted out there, it gets to, this is the client machine. So this is the person sending the data.
Okay.
What they use is, again, on the hash tree is what they call the Merkle tree.
Ah, that's why it's included in today's discussion.
Yes. And it's how they actually work the, let me just jump right to the next thing. I don't want to read this. I'm going to jump right to the next slide, where it actually gives us a picture
Of a
of the
Merkle tree?
Merkle tree.
Okay.
Yes.
There we go.
And yeah, and so now this would be bringing the shards back to the root, and you can see the upward flow. And the nodes will know who's got the data, and there will also be a distributed hash table so that they can identify the actual pieces of data as well.
Chaz, I'll be honest. I'm totally lost. I see this graphic.
At the bottom.
Right. We have our private and our public.
Right.
So that's private network. Is that the nodes? Is that the node area? Or
so
what?
The bottom is the piece. The bottom is the shards.
Right.
The
The shards. Right.
Squares at the bottom are the pieces of the file. They put them into a digest, and
Okay.
they just keep combining them till you get a full file.
Ah, gotcha. And those are all
And there's
private.
a lot of terminology in there.
How did pre-leaves become leaves? What's that process from private to public?
Well, that's a good question. I don't have the answer to that one.
Okay.
Maybe some of our viewers will know what that means.
Yeah, I mean, I
the
can see
leaves are part of the Merkle tree.
It looks like this is all part of the Merkle tree. The leaves would be part of the public Merkle tree.
At any rate, the pieces of the files are recalled out from the farmers or those holding the leaves, and they just keep pulling them in and putting them together till you end up with a whole file at the end with the public.
Right. And I get that part. So they're kind of inversing the tree. You got your salt and your data, which form pre-leaves. So you take your shards, put them into digests, and those are pre-leaves. And then I don't know that process of arrows to get to from private to public, but then they become leaves.
They have a mathematical equation that goes with that, and I was darned if I was going to put it out there because I wouldn't be able to explain it.
I gotcha. No, it's cool. So this is our attempt at a Merkle tree. We didn't do well, I would say, but you guys can put in the comments what you know of them and inform us. HR1, thank you. DLive 24 Hour, thank you. All right, Chaz.
Okay.
Is there anything more on the Merkle tree definition that we want to talk through them with?
Well, let's go back a little bit. I'm going to go back just a couple slides here, and I'm going to. So, a hash tree is a Merkle tree, or a tree in which every leaf node is labeled with the hash of a data block, and every non-leaf node is labeled with a cryptographic hash of the labels of its child nodes. Hash trees allow efficient and secure verification of contents of large data structures. Hash trees are a generalization of hash lists and hash chains.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. So then you can see, and it's kind of like what you said. I believe it's using the same process as torrents did.
Yes.
And this is just a different way, right, to categorize it to make sure that you're distributing the pieces of the files, but keeping a information structure that knows how to categorize, so that when someone does need something or needs to access something, they know where to go to get it.
Right. They know who has the data. They know what the data is, what they're looking for.
And it's encrypted.
Yes. Absolutely necessary.
Okay.
So we got an update.
We do?
Yeah. Manna, the Manna update.
Look at that wallet. It's growing and growing. You have
Yes. I mean, it's
23
got a
Manna
ton of money.
coins.
It's probably a nickel. Yeah. Well,
Hey, a
what we
nickel's a
need
nickel.
is yeah, that's right. Over time, hopefully, and I keep putting it out there that with one of us, somebody needs to sign up with Mannabase so that we can increase our income, and then they need to do the same thing so that they can increase theirs once they sign up for it. And it's a simple process. It's you get signed up, you get verified, you don't have to give them any money, and your wallet builds up. Now, of course, the key thing here is once the wallet gets a few dollars in, I'm going to try and get it out of there and see what happens.
Okay. Gotcha. And, did you ever get that link I sent you about the guy on Steemit that did a post about universal basic income?
Yes, I did. I looked at it, and he was really referring to the state giving out universal basic income.
I know.
And so I think it does relate. I think he ignored some things in the article, but one is that most of the money is held by just a handful of people in the world, most of the value.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not a big fan of redistributing wealth, but what if those people that had the majority of the money wanted to donate some of their funds voluntarily? They could donate to Mannabase, and that would be like a charity type thing for them.
Right, because it is a nonprofit. And Steem is also doing the same thing. So it might be interesting when we do our Manna follow-up to include other projects where people are trying to bring this idea of universal basic income to the forefront.
Let's do that.
And then for those of you guys watching, in the slide deck and in the description, you'll see our links for creating a Mannabase account. It's really easy, know your customer type stuff. And then once you get in, you start earning Manna weekly, and you get extra, or you get more based on your referral network and how many people you bring to the project. And it's also a nonprofit. So say, for example, you are running your crypto stuff as a business or as an independent person that's like that, you can make a nonprofit donation. I think they do take crypto as well. Mannabase does.
Yes.
And so
I saw Bitcoin was one of them.
Yep. And so just check them out. It's an interesting project. And if you guys have some other organizations that we didn't mention that do universal basic income, make sure you let us know in the chat. Thank you, Kelly Meatwagon.
Yeah, because we're always looking for new storage projects.
All right, Chaz.
So the storage team, this is just a small section of the storage team. There's a lot more people involved in it.
Okay.
I did go to the trouble to look at Ben's existence out there in the internet world, and he's out there. He has videos, and he's a real person with a real background in technology. So
okay.
That's one of the team actually has some basis for being there on the storage team.
And it looks like they have two founders, Sean and John, right next to Ben. And it looks like Ben is an executive chairman and the interim CEO.
Yeah, that's interesting that he's interim. Maybe he doesn't want the job, or maybe they're just looking for somebody else to do it.
To help guide it for right now until they get someone in place. Any information on the founders?
No, I didn't look that far. I just took my time and went with Ben because he was the first on the list,
Okay.
and just to make sure he is a real person. Today, I took a lot of time trying to read the white paper and understand what they were doing with their system.
And how's the white paper
So,
compared to other ones?
unfortunately, uh, it's a little technical, but not too bad.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, this is a technical, very technical platform when you're dealing with data transfer. So, they have their mathematical equations and statistics and things of that nature on it. But they also give you an explanation of, what they're doing and how it works, with graphs and things. Their graphs are pretty good. Their charts are pretty good.
Okay. Cool, cool. Anything else on the team?
No, I didn't dig very deep on those guys. Just the one, just Ben.
Okay. And did you sign up?
I did. It is not in operation quite yet, but I'm on the waiting list. I have a couple. I have a server in the studio here that's doing nothing, so I'm gonna boot that up and get that running. I'll probably have 300 gigs of free space on that one that I can use.
Oh, look at you.
And we're gonna, yeah. Well, I used to run a backup service for small businesses, so I have all these computers here that are no longer doing anything.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to make a few dollars in passive income, I think this is a great way to do it.
Storj. Check them out, everyone. Get back to us in the comments and let us know what you think about their blockchain-based cloud storage platform.
Yeah, if everybody thinks this is just a joke, let us know that too, because we need to know. We're not the experts here.
I think they found that out by watching.
Well,
I'm
I'm
just
not
kidding. I'm
hiding
just
it very
kidding.
well, am I?
Right. All right, you got some shameless self-promotion here.
I do. Although this shameless self-promotion is going to benefit many people besides myself.
That's right.
8MP project. The showcase is up now, as you can see there, and we have the showcase has a description of what we're doing. Our target dollar amount's $14,000, and for those of you who don't know, the 8MP project is designed to give up and coming filmmakers a shot at some exposure. There's going to be a contest, a competition in different genres of movie making and film and video, and they're going to be able to compete, win some prizes, but to get this thing off the ground, the showcase has to show people have to show some interest in it, and it is. I just need, and the email address is right under there under 8MP needs positive feedback.
Okay.
Just look at the website, and on the Acorn Collective, we're on the showcase there, and send us some positive feedback so that we can get to the next stage, which is the actual fundraising.
Gotcha. So give them, and so the project is being able to help video producers make movies and short films using their phone.
Phone, or if they got just a point and shoot camera.
Okay.
Something real simple, they can get in there, and so it's made to open up doors for people who may not have the expensive equipment. The funding is also going to help provide some equipment for their use, maybe lighting, camera dolly, or something like that, a backdrop, so that they can have some access to
And
some
is this
creative.
is this going to be a local project where you are, or is this going to be?
Well, initially, that's how it started out. I am willing to take a look, and I know I talked with you about this a couple times, to open this up to a larger audience,
Mm-hmm.
to allow people from different places, a lot of different places where we can get this advertised and get it out there to participate in this. And the more the merrier. The more people get involved in it, the better it's going to be.
Yep. All right, cool. So everyone give at crollo3 feedback on the 8 megapixel project. And you can do that at that email address underneath the title.
Right, that's a direct email address, and they will forward any feedback I get to me, so I will see it.
All right. Hey, good episode today. We learned a lot of stuff. It was, I would say it was heavy on development stuff. And
it's
technical language for app and blockchain development. So that was good. Thanks, Smart Coins, for the upvote. Any last comments from you?
We have, I know what our next coin is going to be. It's going to be Orvium.
Orvium.
It's going to be our next coin that we're
hoping to have.
I'm not going to tell you when.
Yep, we're hoping to have one of the developers from that project on. So hopefully, and if any of you have heard of Orvium or you're in a Telegram community for them or something, make sure you mention Morning Coins with John and Chaz and tell them whether they come on or not, we're highlighting their coin.
Yeah, and if we can get somebody that loves this project and wants to come on and talk about it, that's great.
Yep. And thanks again to DLive 24 Hour for your upvote and for continuing to be an awesome marketing and promotional partner. So next week is Orvium. Chaz, before people go, we'll do a live, change the date, because next Tuesday I'm not available, but I'm definitely available either Wednesday or Thursday in the afternoon.
Okay, so Thursday's a good day for me.
Okay, so let's look at Thursday, like 1 or 2 Eastern.
Yeah, that's fine. They're in that area. 1 o'clock's good.
Okay, so we'll shoot for 1 p.m. Eastern next Thursday. That's August 2nd, I think. I'm pretty sure. At 1 p.m. Eastern. And we'll also make sure that the DLive 24-hour community knows that change so they can come on and watch and say, hey. So as you guys leave, if you guys have any comments, make sure you put them in there. This was Morning Coins, and we did Storj today. Thanks a lot, Chaz. Anything else from you on your personal blog or on your Steemit blog?
Well, we've had a significant amount of rain here in the last few weeks, so I'm working on that camera dolly still, and so I have to get the next episode or the next part of that out. But it requires me to work outside because I'm cutting metal and the sparks will be flying, and I don't want to do that in the basement. So it's coming.
Gotcha. So stay tuned for that. Everyone follow at crollo3. He does a great job getting the content ready for the show and getting you guys a awesome slide deck every week. So make sure you go and send him some love. And I will too next Tuesday when this post pays out.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
No problem. All right, everyone.
I can eat lunch then or something.
You should be able to. You should be able to buy at least a blow pop or something.
I gotta watch my figure, my girlish figure.
All right, everyone. This is Morning Coins. We're getting out of here. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you on the other side.
Thanks very much, everyone, for being here.
That's a much nicer outro than what I was going to say.
Well, I'm having a good day.